So starting off my manga reads for this month, I started with Erased. Now this, to give a quick synopsis, is Satoru is the main character and has this ability called Revival. It basically sends him back in time moments before something bad happens. In the beginning of the story, we see him demonstrate this with a kid crossing the street and a semi-truck coming his way. Each time this happens, it seems pretty obvious why it's happening over and over and over again, with problems arising near him. But after the death of his mother in the first couple of chapters, after she gets too close to an attempted kidnapping, he is labeled the #1 suspect. Currently on the run, he uses all the means he can to hide from the police, and after a bit of struggling, he gets sent 18 years back in the past with Revival, where 3 of his childhood friends were killed and kidnapped while he was a kid. Destined to right this wrong, we follow Satoru the whole way through all 4 volumes to figure out what happened, how to save them, and how to stop this from ever happening again. Apparently Volume 5 is a full mixture of side stories and other background information, which I have ordered but haven't read quite yet, so the first 4 volumes are the full story. Next up on the list, we have Dr. Stone. Now this is a giant already known in the manga community. I'm just a slow take up on this series. I've wanted to watch it, I've wanted to read it, I've wanted to do the spin-off for it. I've always been entranced by Dr. Stone. I never picked it up until I saw a lot of volumes at my local store, and I said, you know what, my budget's kind of big this month, I don't really know exactly what I want, I'm kind of up to date on my other simulcasts, let's give it a shot. And boy did I give it a freaking shot. This series is so freaking good. It's amazing. Watching Senku come up with the craziest of contraptions to advance through all the Stone Age and then the Industrial Age, and watching this unfold with people around him and the characters he meets and the friendships that are bonded throughout is really just magical. Boichi's art really brings this series alive with some hilarious faces and in crazy hyper-realistic detail that honestly I think he's just the best for. Please, if you've ever slept on this series, don't sleep on it any longer. Then after this, I picked up Yao Mushi Pedal. Now this is a series that's honestly, it looks kind of slept on in the community. There are a few stans that kind of just love this series to death and put that on the same rank as Haikyuu, but not many people have this series. I picked this series up on a whim, hoping it was good, and it's amazing. This is one of the best sports mangas I've ever read. The main character is so adorable, so lovable, and the cast of characters that's introduced slowly but surely through the first couple of volumes is it's just great. The spreads are immaculate, the art is always fluid and dynamic, and it's never really boring. Even on the parts where they're not cycling and doing day-to-day tasks, it's always invigorating. It always makes you want to get out there and do better with yourself and maybe pick up bicycling. You know, go out to an island or any kind of local park and just kind of ride. This series really knows how to pick you up and make you feel like you're part of the action, and that's important. So for this series, it gets a solid 9 out of 10. I love it. I can't wait to pick up more. Next up is Love of Kill, and I only have 1 volume of this, so I'll keep this one short and sweet. So far, it's disgustingly cute, if that makes sense. The gore and all these extra things added with being a murderer and assassin are oddly fitting for this couple. Or couple not yet, but the main character definitely is pushing for it. It's definitely just a really good book series. I'm impressed I enjoyed it as much as I did. The art, while disgustingly gross, is amazing and really, really flattering to the story. I think both characters are designed perfectly well and fit really wonderful archetypes to be complete opposites of each other. I think the eerie nature of this whole series will let us really dive into what types of lives these two live, and I'd like to see more. Especially coming through with the ending, leaving a little bit of a cliffhanger, and I'm very interested to see where it goes. It sounds like it started off with a little bit more slice of lifey, as gross as the series can be, slice of lifey, but it looks like it's molding into something a little bit more deep, and I'm kind of all for it. So I'd like to see where it goes. So far, it's a solid 7.5 to 8. And last but not least, we have Inspector. And again, this is only one that I had 1 volume of, so I'll have to keep this short and sweet because I don't know that much about the series, so let's dive right in. So basically, this series starts out with the main girl being at a hospital. Now, we learn a little bit about her, and we learn that she basically was a child that was kidnapped by, it looks like yokai that did it, and they basically made her the knowledge base of all of yokai. So everyone comes to her with questions and she gives them any kind of information that they need and they help her out accordingly. But it looks like this transaction came at a cost. It took her eye and her leg, so she's left with a fake leg and a glass eye. This apparently isn't a bad thing for her though, because she enjoys what she got out of it and enjoys being with the spirits. Following this event, she meets another boy that apparently either is possessed by a demon or has the qualities of a demon, because all the yokai around them are scared of him. We basically learned in this volume what he is, what he's done to be this way, and how the story's going to play out from here. After forming somewhat of a really cute bond, they basically come together and experience that they have to be each other's strengths to solve certain yokai problems. While he's the brute force, she's the brains, and I'm excited to see where it goes. Alrighty, and that's all I have for today. See you guys next time.